So this is a Swift S-Line 580, just going to take you around the van, show you how it operates. Front of the van, jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll take you through these in person here on site. In the front locker, you've got your gas bottle with your gas open and closed on top. Open is gas on, closed is gas off. You've got your pipe work for your grey waste on the side of the caravan, and you've got another gas bottle tie down inside the van also, which allows you to tie down another 6 kilogram propane gas bottle. The pipe work that goes in the front of the bottle is a reverse thread fitment. You've also got your leg winder in the front locker as well. If you go on the side of the van, you've got your Truma heating and hot water flue. I'll show you how the heating and hot water works once we go inside the van. Then you've got your 2 wind down legs on the outside of the caravan to stabilise the caravan while it's on site. You've then got your pickup pipe for the water system. You pull back the blue trigger to release it from the side of the van. You need to release it, as you can see, and you push it in place and lock it in with the blue tab. The pickup pipe needs to be fully submerged in the water prior to turning the water pump on. You've then got your battery box on the side of the van with your mains power lead coming into the power on the side of the van, and then you've got your 110 amp leisure battery for your super starter pack. 2 fridge vents are very simply there to allow the hot air at the back of the fridge unit and take some cool air in. Then you've got a gas flue on the top right hand side also. We've then got the motor mover and wheel nuts. We'll talk the wheel nuts while you're here on site, and we'll also demonstrate the motor mover in person as well. Coming further down the side of the van, you've got your 2 grey waste pipes. So you have the 2 waste caps that come down, as you can see. And then you'll have your 2 bits of grey pipe that go into these larger diameter holes, and they'll drop down inside your waste master. Coming to the back of the van, you've got your toilet flush tank. So you've got your toilet flush tank. In here you need to put your water for the flush system, and you'd also put a cap full of the pink fluid for the toilet flush. In the bottom you have your toilet waste cassette. Oh sorry, that's 3.5 litres of water in there and a cap full of the pink fluid. In the bottom you've got your toilet waste cassette. You release the cassette by pulling up the orange handle and pulling the cassette towards you. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. Then you've got an orange pressure relief button on the back of the cassette, so when you're tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. Come around the back of the van, you've got your 2 wind down legs to stabilise the van. Then coming down the door side, you've got your storage locker for underneath the front seat, underneath the bed at the rear of the caravan. You've got your 3-pin socket so you can have power out to your awning, your storage locker for underneath the front seating, your barbecue gas point, and your last wind down leg. Going on to the inside of the caravan now. Above the door, as you walk into the caravan, you've got your main control panel, so you've got main power on. Let me show you. So you've got power off and power on. You've then got your awning light for the outside of the caravan. Your dimming lights are above the front cabinets, which you can adjust with the button just here. As you can hear, the radio is working away. I'm just going to turn that off for now. So you can adjust the dimming lights, like I said, on the button here. You can go right up to 100% with these, but like I said, it'll bring up the lights to a brighter level. At the bottom here then, you've then got your internal lights for the caravan, and then you've got your water pump run, which we'll come back to in a second. So first of all, before you fill the water system, you're going to need to open all the taps up on the hot side of the system. Then you're going to come underneath the seat on the front right hand side. Underneath the seat on the right hand side, you've got your yellow drain down valve. That valve is going to need to be flat with the floor, as it is at the moment, and upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat to drain the water system down. We do advise after each use of the caravan, you completely drain down the system. To do that, you'd open up that yellow valve and point it towards the bottom of the seat. Then you'd open all the taps up in the central position between the hot and the cold, in the open position. I'd also advise you put your shower head down to the floor so it allows any water out of the shower head itself. Once you've got all the taps open on the hot side and you've got that yellow valve flat with the floor and you've got your water pump connected on the outside, you can turn the water pump on. It'll come to start with saying water level low until the pressure is completely built up in the system. You're then going to, once water is running out of every tap continuously on board the van, shut all of the taps back off. That will continue to bleed for a few seconds while it continues to fill up the tank or to repressurise the system. And once that system is completely full, you'll hear the water pump turn off. Once the water system is completely full, you can then come to your control panel for your heating and hot water. To turn it on, you're going to press the central button here. As you can see, it turns the control panel on. Before you ever turn off the main control panel on the right hand side here, you're going to need to press and hold the central button. You're going to need to wait for this screen to go completely blank, and then you could turn off your control panel on this side. So to turn the control panel back on, central button, press and hold. There we go. And the first icon you're going to see flashing here on the left hand side is your room temperature for the caravan. So at the moment it sits at 30 degrees. You're going to spin the dial left or right to control the temperature. And to set the temperature, I'm just going to set it very low for now. You're going to press the central button here, and then you'll have the flame symbol at the top, which indicates the caravan is warming up. If we come across to the right then, when the camper van symbol is flashing, we can go to your water temperature, press the central button. You've got off, eco, hot or boost, depending on what water system, how hot you want the water to be. If you're going to shower on board the caravan, you would need to have it on boost, so we're going to select boost. I'm just going to turn the heating back off now as I've shown you that. The next symbol across is the power supply you want to run into the caravan. So you've got the option of gas on its own, mix 1, which is 1000 watts of electric and gas at the same time, mix 2, which is 2000 watts of electric and gas at the same time, electric 1, 1000 watts of electric on its own, and electric 2 is 2000 watts of power on its own. It will depend on what caravan site you're on. If you're on the electric, to what when you set it to, but I advise you ask their site office when you arrive. Mix 2 is so you can heat the water systems up or heat the heating up a lot quicker by using the gas and the electric at the same time, and that is the same for the mix 1. Then gas on its own, if you want to select it on gas, you'll press the central button to set it. If it fails to ignite on gas, it will come up with an error code on the screen. Next symbol across is for your blown air. So you'll press the central button, you've got the option of off, press the central button, with the heating on, it'll give you some different options. So we'll go across to the blown air fans again. Then you've got eco, high, or eco or high, depending on how you want the fans to blow the air around the van. So again, to select this, you press the central button and it will turn the fans on. Down the bottom of the screen, you've got some advanced settings. For these, we do advise you read the manual fully that comes with the caravan. So that's your heating and hot water and main control panel. And as you've heard, the radio is working as it should. Behind me, we've got the fridge. Now to operate the fridge, it's very simple to do. You've got a power button on the front, so you turn the power off to start with. To turn the fridge on, press the power button on the left-hand side of the screen here. And you'll see at the moment we're trying to run on mains power. So to select mains power, you'd hit the button, and then you can control the temperature on mains, again with the thermometer button on the right-hand side. If, for instance, there was no mains power coming to the caravan, you'd see the symbol here flashing, and it'd also be flashing the red warning light on the opposite side. Also, if you leave the door open with the fridge on for too long, it will also start flashing this warning light on the right-hand side to indicate to you the fridge door is open. To operate the gas on the fridge, you press the gas option. It will self-ignite on gas. You'd actually hear the ticker working, or the igniter working when you're inside the caravan. And if it fails to ignite, it will flash the blue flame symbol just here, and again the red warning triangle on the right hand side. To reset the igniter, press and hold the triangle button and it will restart the igniter. On gas, again, you can control the temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side. You've then got 12 volt mode here. 12 volt mode is for when you're towing down the road. Now, as you can see at the moment, it's flashing at me to tell me it's not working. But it is not the 12 volt supply from the caravan, it is the 12 volt supply from the car. Now, if you don't have the right connection in the back of your car, this will not operate. I'm just going to put it back on the 240 volt mode for a minute so it doesn't keep bleeping. But essentially, if it have got the right connection on the car and it's working, this light here will go solid blue, and then the fridge will cool down as a cool box. It will not operate as a fridge, it is just a cool box. And also, if you don't have the right connection on the back of your car, the battery on board the van will not charge. Next up, we've got the microwave, hob, grill and oven. Now with the gas bottle on in the front locker, you can turn on the knobs and hit the igniter and it will work very much the same as your household appliance. You may need to hold in the gas valve for a few seconds once you first ignite it to allow the gas flow to allow everything to warm up. And then once it has, you can slowly release the gas valve and then you'll be able to use the hob, grill and oven as you do at home. Microwave, again, very much the same as your household appliance, no difference at all there. The only thing you need to remember is if you have no 240 mains coming into the caravan, you will have no microwave. You also need to remember to remove the microwave plate as you are travelling down the road. The bed itself lifts up so you can store your accessories underneath should you wish to, and it also pulls out to make the bed longer. Then at the back of the van, you have your toilet, electric flush on top, so you press the blue button and it'll flush your toilet system. You have a red indicator light to let you know when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. You then have your toilet seat itself, which actually turns for your convenience, as you can see. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan, you need to make sure the toilet seat is in the straight on position. Then below the toilet, you have your grey waste handle, which you need to push over to allow the waste into the toilet cassette. Then you have it in the closed position when you're not using the toilet. If it's in the closed position, the waste won't go into the cassette, but it will allow you to remove the toilet waste cassette from underneath the van. If it's in the open position, it won't. If you do manage to remove that cassette while it's in the closed position, you could actually potentially damage the toilet waste cassette itself. The last thing I'm going to show you on this particular caravan is the 240 trip switches for the caravan. So I'm going to come back underneath the front seat here on the front right hand side. Underneath the seat here, you have your main power switch for the caravan, so that's your main isolator, so you can isolate all the power to the van. Reverse polarity for when you're in some European countries. Your charger, which needs to be on at all times, the same as the heating and hot water. Then you have your 240 trip switches. On is at the top, as you can see, and off is at the bottom. If you hit the test switch and the power switch drops down, this blue switch drops down, it means there is mains power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. And on the opposite side, you have your 12 volt fuses for when you keep running the caravan on 12 volt. And inside the door at the bottom here, this little cupboard door, you will actually see there is a list for 240 trip switches and the 12 volt systems on board the caravan. So that is the Swift S-Line 580. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thanks again. Bye bye.